Hello, fine folks, and welcome to Booghy Plays. Tonight I'm not playing. I will do a small Q&A. I hope the sound is fine. I hope I can hear the levels sound all right. I hope I'm okay. Hello. This is the monthly Q&A. This is the Q&A for February. I call it Q&A. It's as always, the first part is I talk a bit about what happened this month, what I've played, and if somebody has any questions, I will try to answer them or answer it. I think it is the correct term, right? Yeah, the month of February was a month which wasn't very rich in streams, mainly because I had a small vacation. Small. It was a good vacation. I needed it. I was very tired and very stressed because during Christmas I only had 4 or 5 days, and during those 4 or 5 days, which were supposed to be of rest, I was supposed to rest in those 4 or 5 days. I managed to get COVID, or I suppose it felt like COVID. And for 7 days, 6, 7 days, it was kind of rough. It wasn't great. Hello, Radu. You didn't miss anything. Thank you for coming and for keeping me company on the second one. Yeah, so practically since I had a bit of around 4 days in November, but since last summer I had no real vacation. So I was too stressed. I work Saturdays, I work Sundays, I do with streams, with everything. Sometimes late in the night, sometimes not get enough sleep. Sometimes, and from time to time, I need a longer period to just blow off some steam. And I went skiing for five days, and it was great. Had a great time. Pretty good slopes. It was fun. I had a pretty good time, and I came back where I did not even realize how stressed I was until the end of that trip. How stressed I was at the beginning of the trip until the end of that trip. When I came back, really relaxed, and you see, when you relax and you have a bit of a time off, you see things differently. So yeah, it was. That's why we had 10 days off, 9 days I think there were off. So we didn't manage to do a lot of streams. We didn't manage to play a lot as we usually do. We play a lot in weekends. We play a lot. So in order to make to play enough for streams, we need to play. I usually play a game. It depends. If it's a heavier game like Kanban was, we played it 6 times, I think, 5, 6 times before we played it on stream, just to remember it and just play it again because it was fun. I think we played it 3 times in a day. Hello to everyone who's coming. I hope you're fine. I hope you feel good. I hope you're good. Yeah. And if you have any questions for me, yeah, I am here to answer them. Otherwise, I'll be talking a bit about this month and how things went outside the vacation I had, which was, like I said, it was great. 5 days at high altitude, skiing, and just moving my body, and that's all. Not thinking of what I'm going to do next and things like that, but just doing physical work does a lot of help. Does a lot of help for mental health. And I want to talk about a bit about I want to talk about mental health and yeah, about the way we Eastern Europeans are trained to work with mental work to get by mental health problems. And yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people using this a lot uh, to get attention and to get yeah. I'm gonna talk about it at the end after I talk about the streams. So we did this month, and I think I should, and I will. I haven't added one stream. I will add it shortly. Let's go to this. So we made this month a total of. Let me go here. A total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 7 streams which we made. I'm going to add the last one in a second because the last one was in Romanian this month, and I'm going to talk about it at the end. So let's go here, and yeah, I'm gonna add this one also. Let's add it in here. Okay, so the first stream I will talk about is an interview. I did an interview with Adam Kwapinski, the designer of Nemesis, which I think you can see. You will probably see on certain streams. It's right there. Probably at some point I'll be able to do a stream on Nemesis. That's my copies. I don't have. It's not a review copy. So first I have to go through everything I have to review. And do a thorough job of it, and then I will go back to certain games which are which are let's say heavier beasts, which I have to play a lot and in order to put it on stream. But I had an interview and it was a lot of fun. Adam is quite a cool guy, and it was it was fun having the interview, and I think it gives you lots of information about how he sees things, where he where he comes from, and yeah, it was also these interviews started to at the beginning they were for around from 45 minutes to 1 hour. Then with some started to grow bigger and bigger. The length was it was lengthier. They started to be lengthier. So when I think this one was around 1 hour and 20. Like the same was with Odendal, with Ode. Andreas Odendal. Sometimes I might go overboard because sometimes what I've learned through these interviews is people are different, and some want to talk more, some want to talk less, and I usually try not to intervene a lot in what they have to say. I try to keep to if they have to say, and usually people have interesting things to say. If they have good things to say, I'm not going to stop them, and I just try to steer the interview in the way I want it, the way I want it to be steered. If I feel it goes one way or another and I'm not happy with it, otherwise I'm just there to put some questions and listen to people talk. So I'm not trying to shorten it if it's not the case. I'm not trying to prolong it if it's the case. I won't do that either. I thought usually I thought it won't go higher than an hour, longer than an hour, but sometimes it goes more than an hour. And in the end, if the information is good, and if it feels that the interview it's not longer than it should be, it's not that length because it just needs to be that length. or somebody makes it artificially that length, I'll go the whole length of it. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun making this. All interviews are fun to make, mainly because people are interesting and they give interesting infos, um, which you you'll have sometimes to read between the lines. But I think if you listen to most of all, I think all, not most, all of the interviews have good insight on how on everyone's path, and um, I hope all of them give hope to each and every one of you who thinks that they have something more to do in this hobby than just be a player. Someone who wants to be a designer, someone who maybe wants to be a publisher, um, and that's why mainly that's why I make all of these interviews. Let's see uh, if this is all right. I think we're all right. Yeah, so this was the interview with Adam Kopinski. I'd say you should watch it. Then the first playthrough which we did this month is the playthrough for Kanban. Well, Kanban is in my. I did a review also. There is a review at the end of the playthrough. At the end of every playthrough is a longer discussion, which is a review in itself of the game. I did also a review on my Instagram account. This is in my top 10 of all time. I don't think it changed. We started working on our top 50, and Radu says maybe we'll go directly to 100 and do the whole. It's an investment, but I can do my top 100. I usually did I do a top 50 if somebody else cannot go all the way to 100. But he said I'm at 70 already. Let's do the 100. So I'll probably do the 100. It's in my top 10 of all time, and I don't think it. I'm sure it won't get out of the top 10. It is. I do like the theme of it. I am very interested in the automotive industry. I'm a petrol head. I like motorcycles. I travel a lot on motorcycles. On my motorcycle, I like cars. I find them interesting and good. Although apparently cars were the evil in this world. But yeah, I think they did more good than bad, and we have to strike that balance. I'm not spoiling my list, my friend. I am not. But this is in my top 10, and yeah, it is what it is. I cannot change it. I do like. I think what I like about this game a lot is the fact that I'm enjoying the whole package. There is not a certain thing which I like a lot more, or a certain mechanism which I enjoy more than. I think everything ties so well in together, and it's just such a smooth game, especially for as heavy as it is. It sounds simple. You have a worker, you move it, you have a certain number of actions, yeah. You move your worker wherever you want to, and then you will do an action there where you move your worker. It's a worker placement game at its heart, and from there it starts a whole process of thinking, and it's deep, but it makes sense. It's it's fast for a heavy game. I find it always goes faster than you would want. You'll always think you did. Man, I want a bit more time to do this. I want a bit more to get one more car. I want a bit more time. It's a game of efficiency. I enjoy it a lot. I love it a lot. Love maybe is a strong word. I don't know. Love your parents. I don't know if you go that far with your parents, your wife, your girlfriend. I don't know if I'd go that far with the game, but yeah, I have enjoyed that. I've enjoyed a lot like a lot playing this game, and it was a lot of fun to play it and stream it and talk about it. Um, it's not an easy game to bring to the table because um, most of my gaming friends or friends which I game with are not really gamers. And the only maybe I could have played it back a while ago when I was playing heavier games with my brother, and yeah, he's not in the country right now. Usually with him I could have played more, so it's not an easy game to bring to the table. We play it more two player, and I like the fact that we can play it two player, um, and it works as a two player game. It works fine. It works fine as a two player game, and yeah, I enjoy it that way. So this was the first playthrough which we did. Then we did back to back. I went for Kanban Automotive Revolution, which is the first iteration practically of this game, which appeared 2014 aroundish. So I have yeah, I liked Kanban EV is practically an evolution of Kanban, and yeah, I still liked it. Why did I play it since 20? I think I haven't played this game since 2018, 2019, and since EV appeared, I have managed to play EV, and I haven't managed to play. I did not play this one, and I said, well, let's play it back to back and see if it feels dated, if it feels worse. And I haven't playing it. I did not feel it's worse, or it is. I've said that EV is Kanban Automotive Revolution 1.5, and it has EV has a better iconography. It's clearer iconography, not better, clearer iconography. And I have no problem. I have no issues with departments. The main difference, if you have seen, you have now you have the worker placement from left to right on EV. If I will go back, on EV you have everything from top to bottom, all the worker placement spots. I like, in a way, I like this board a bit better because it is warmer. It is I know this one, the other one feels more, I've said, like a hospital, and this one feels more, I feel more of the germs in it. And I do enjoy it a lot. I still enjoy it. I've played it. I like the colors a bit more than I like in the other one. But as a production, the other one is far superior. This is, it's not bad. I think it's a very good production. And if, as I've said also in the review I did on in Instagram, if you can find this version of the game, if you can afford this version of the game and you like and you want to have Kanban, I'd say go for this one without any hesitation. If this is what you can get and this is easier for you to buy, I'd say buy this one and enjoy the game, because there are some changes which are easy to re-implement here, to implement in this one. Just some rule changes which you can find probably on BGG and add it here. It's easy to do that, and just enjoy the game. Enjoy what the game gives you, and the fun it gives you playing it. So yeah, and if you can enjoy EV, yeah, well, take EV. It's a in the end it is a better production for a price, of course. And that was, and I said I want to have it. I will. I don't. I want to have on the channel lots of. I will add to the channel slowly different games. I will add Splotter games. I will add. I started serious gaming around 2015, 2016, and since then I have added to my collection. I have played mostly heavy games, so I have Splotters. I have different heavier games which I enjoy playing, and I will add them slowly. I don't. The way I think of this channel, I think it should show games or different games, and I should have even older games here. And that is why we are doing a whole series on Railways of the World. We've played Sweden and Australia. It's fun. Here it was fun to see if, let's go 1080p 60, I don't know why it goes 720. I think this is, I haven't managed to play Age of Steam. I do not have Age of Steam. I'll try to get maybe a review copy to play it on stream. I do enjoy Railways of the World a lot. So I do know, I have seen how Age of Steam works. I have seen how it plays, and this feels as Age of Steam Lite. This is the main difference between them, which I see it, but I haven't played Age of Steam in order for me to tell you for sure how it is. I think I might have tried it once somewhere, I don't know, but I haven't really played it for a whole game. And yeah, an older version, well, so I have played mainly Railways of the World with main maps, Mexico, and I have also Eastern US, and I played on North America a lot. I've played, because I played a lot 2-player, and I said I'm going to do a series on this one. Bonds, bonds, bonds. As Radu says, bonds, bonds, bonds. Radu is the king of bonds. Yeah, this is how he won in Sweden. He tried the same trick here in Australia, but he missed that trick. And I liked a lot how this track down here works, because in a way you have to be also considerate of how you spend your money. And well, this time I did not let him get the good cubes. We were there, me and Dee were both there to get cubes, and not let all the good cubes to him. I like it. I wouldn't say I'm a train gamer. I've said I want to try 18xx, but I will probably go for something lighter. Yeah, you did get greedy, and it's a lot of fun. I do like this one. I do like what it gives me. I think it's a fun design, very little rules overhead, with deeper choices than what the rules give you. Australia in itself, as an expansion, I like the fact that it's scalable. I think it scales. I think it works fine as a 2-player. I think I would play it 4 and maybe 5 or 6. I've said, and I think it's the first map that scales, and it's good that it's the first map that really scales. It tells you this is for 2 players, this is for 3 or 4, this is for 5 or 6. Probably this is a good 5 or 6 player map. 5, I think it probably should be easier than 6, which should be tighter. Loose, maybe it's a bit more loose with 5, and probably it's tighter with 6. But it works well at 2, 4, 5, 6. I think 3 players was a good experience, but I would have played 4 here in this big on this big map. So it was fun playing it. I like what it brings, the borders which you can only pass or either through cities, or building a city which lets you pass through it, or Yeah, it has certain you need to do certain things in order to pass through borders. You cannot pass that easily. And it's a fun map. So I highly recommend, if you enjoyed this game, to get it. We will continue this series. We will go to probably the next one will be either Portugal or um, or North America. We will see, but we will get on with it. And now, this was before vacation. After vacation, we got to play Booghy. There was a lot of talk about, I think Hamburg is the new re-implementation, and I've hearing a lot of talk about Bruges, about Hamburg. I've said, I want to play Bruges. I haven't played Bruges in 5 years, I think, 4 years, 4 or 5 years, and uh, yeah, it doesn't disappoint. I still enjoy it. I still like it. I think it's a fun feld, still a fun feld. It has a lot to do. Yeah, the artwork has a lot to do with me enjoying this game. Being to Bruges has a lot to do with enjoying this game. As I've said, if you have been to Bruges, you will feel you will feel Bruges on your table. If you haven't been, you will just enjoy a very beautiful drawn center of Bruges, and it will make you want to go there. Um, Maybe eat some chocolate. Who knows? Uh, oh yeah, it was fun that too. Yeah, Radu, building towns in Australia. Um, so I still like the card system. It still feels a bit lucky sometimes, but somehow all games I've played, the luck seems to balance itself out. Uh, you do with the expansion. I don't know. I've never, in my experience, if you don't do canals, you'll lose the game. So I always do some things with canals. I don't, and I think you have to do this in this game. You need to build canals. I think in Hamburg is you build walls. No, I haven't played Hamburg, but yeah, it was fun, and it's still fun, and I enjoy it a lot, and I think it works so well. Um, so well as a two-player game. So well as a two-player game. It's fun. It's fun too. We get you step so little on somebody else's toes, so it's fun. Yeah, I think you almost can play it on a coffee table. If you play it two-player, yeah. If you play it four, three or four, I don't think a coffee table is good. So Bruges, I still recommend it. I mean, if you enjoy, if you like multi-use cards, I think this is still an enjoyable game. I don't think it's that cheap. Oh, it's out of print. I still hope it's. I think it's different enough from. I did not feel the need to add player powers from Hamburg, or Hamburg has new things on it, so I did not feel the need to implement those in this game. I played this game the way it is. If I'm going to get Hamburg, I'll play Hamburg the way it is. I enjoy Bruges, and I think is a good enough game as it is. And although I'm not a big, huge Stefan Feld fan, I do enjoy some of his designs, and probably some of the designs which are not enjoyed by a lot of people. But this is one of them. And the last, no, not the last play, the last but not least, no, the almost last, uh, is uh, is New Eden. This is a new game. Oh, you have yeah. You will find probably a Dutch copy or a German copy. I'd say buy it. I don't do paste ups on Bruges, as you will see here. Let's go back a bit. Um I don't use. I've played it in long enough of a while that I kind of knew what all cards do because they repeat themselves itself. I don't know. They're not different. Not every card is different. So all text. Yeah. So I kind of know what most of them do, and when I don't know, I use Google Translate, which is pretty good on my phone, and it fast translate, and I remember what it does, and it, it the paste ups would take a long time, and I do not play this game 10 times a week to need the paste ups. And if I would play it 10 times a week, I would know certainly what every card does without even only by looking at the character. So yeah, I went that way. I don't find it a problem. I don't find it an issue. And I know that's another problem. I know German almost. I don't know German. uh, Left, right, and that's about it. Now let's go to New Eden. This is the last playthrough which we did. The last English, let's say, playthrough. This is a new game which I managed to get from it's a toy fair in Nuremberg, I believe. A Romanian partner, Oxygame of Schmid Spiele, managed to procure. I have talked to them in advance. I've told them I want the game, and it would, if they launch it there, could they manage to get me a copy? It's a and they said okay, if it will be there, I will try, and I want to thank them and a lot for doing this. Because this was one of my top 10 anticipated games of 2022. Why was that? Because I do like Benjamin Schwer. I don't know if Crown of Amara is in my top 50, but with certainty is in my top 100. I like it a lot. I like Hadara. Hadara is not in my top 100 because I've only managed to play someone else's copy once or twice. I hope I'll manage to get my hands on it and have my own copy of Hadara. And I said I really want to try New Eden, and it did not disappoint. It was fun. I did not enjoy it a lot as a two-player game. We've played it 3 times, as I've said, as a two-player game, and yeah, I do like Lohausen also. Yeah, you're right. Dennis Lohausen is one of my favorites illustrators. So, yeah, as I was saying, it did not disappoint. We played it 2-player. It was it's okay. I played it 3. It's an auction game. Which has a tableau builder. This is you build a tableau, as you here see a tableau which you have to be efficient. You have to have German efficiency, but it's not a very complex game, and I think this is where it would shine because this is a game I would play. Yeah, it's fast, it's tense, as you say, Radu. It keeps you engaged from the beginning till the end, and it's not very complex. And I can play this as an auction game, which, unlike, let's say, Relics of the World, which has an auction also at the beginning. It's not just an auction game. It has auction. That's unlike Relics of the World, but it's more prevalent in New Eden. But Relics of the World is not a game which I can play with a lot of people. This I think it's for more gamers, and I think it does very well efficiency puzzle and tableau building and worker movement, let's call it like this, and auctioning, setting the right price for what you need. And it's as Radu said, it's fast, it's tense. The better The more you play it, the more you know the cards, and then you will certainly know what you need. It was a good surprise. I did not know what to expect. I did not know the theme is there, but don't you. I don't think you'll feel drowning, and I don't think you'll see the water almost at the top of Everest and humankind going now deep underwater, because yeah, doesn't want to go to space apparently. Um, but yeah, for me the theme does almost nothing. I think if it would have had a different theme, I would have liked it even more than I liked it, than I enjoyed it. But the theme is nah for me. But the game itself, I think is fun. I think it's fast. I think it's tense, and it's a game where, in a way, I think it can be a bit unforgiving, especially if you play it with four players. Four good players, man, you need to take the cards you need. You will need to auction. You need to spend that money. You will need to be on your toes. So had a lot of fun playing it. Had a lot of fun. You can see the stream. We had the stream was 1 hour and in three players. The stream itself, the playthrough was 1 hour and a half, and I think it plays in 60 minutes without the stream easily. With stream, don't take it into account the stream, especially if Radu is where he is. I need to change cameras for him. I need to do things for him. So it adds at least 20 minutes to the playthrough doing this, and the stream itself adds. So I think it's even with 1 hour around 1 hour and something, and that's why I think it, again, Benjamin Schwer do not, at least for me, he does not disappoint me. I don't know if it's going to be a huge success. I cannot predict. It's easy. It's hard to predict a huge success, but for me it was a fun experience, and I think it will be for a lot of people. And the last playthrough which we did this month is at Cascadia. This was localized. This was done on the Romanian channel. Probably I'll do it at some point on this one also, just to have it on the channel. It was localized by Regatul Jocurilor, which is the Kingdom of Games. It is translated into English, and I have enjoyed it a lot. And I called it the game to trick parents into gaming, board gaming, because it is so easy, it is so fast, it looks good, it's easy to understand. You make certain patterns. It's a fine gateway plus game. It's fast. It works well as a two-player game. I think it would work well as a three-player or a four-player game. I got because I read the cards wrong. I got second place. Dee beat me on this one, but this is a game that she can. This is a game, very good game for her. She's a newer gamer. She started playing games 2 years ago, so she's let's say she's not a seasoned gamer yet. So these are games which are very good for her and where she's truly competitive. And yeah, I did a mistake. She did not do any mistakes, so she was the better player. She won. It was fun playing it. It was fun showing it, and that's about it. That's all the streams. And Cascadia is, as I said, you wanna get your parents. If your parents are, it's so fast and it's so easy to understand. Fast learning talking hand, yeah, right. It's so easy to understand that you can trick friends which are not gamers. You can trick parents which are usually, oh, I don't want to play, it's too long, it's too complicated, even if you take out Ticket to Ride, which is rather simple to play, but it's big, and this has smaller footprint. When you take it out, you have just a bag full of tiles, and you take tiles out of the bag. Also, the tiles for the territories are near the board. It doesn't seem big, it seems approachable. So yeah, I think it's a very good game to trick people into playing. And yep, this is what we have played this month. Is there anyone with us, Radu, or is just us? Well, there is a, yeah. Well, whoever is coming, just yeah, say hello. We are here. We like talking to people. I'm gonna drink a bit of water, and then I'll go to a subject which I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk a bit about mental health. One issue which I have wanted to talk. Well, I know one thing which I do not like, but it might be just me. I don't like when people try to, and I have seen it done, and I certainly don't like it. People try to get attention by talking about mental health, and like to get attention because there are a lot of people who suffered one way or another in this world, and here in Eastern Europe, and if you would go to different countries, yeah, as children we or as an adults, we yeah, just deal with it. This is the way we have to go through it. Just deal with it and stop and don't complain. And I do see a lot of people complaining, trying to get attention by using mental health. I do know depression. I have been through it. Sometimes I notice when I go back to it, and I try to get myself out of that. I do not want to go back there because it is a black hole, and it takes a lot of time to get out of there. So it's better not to go there. And I do know what it is. I know how hard it is, and I think also think it is a private thing that every one of us should go through it and try to understand it, because through depression, it's a very good way of understanding your how limited you are, your minuses, let's call them like this, your minuses in this world. And yeah, as I've said, I do not like people trying to get attention by using mental health. Or yeah, I was looking. Yeah, so as I've said, I know it. I know it very well. I have been through it. I'm an artist. I'm a film director, and I know the word no, and it's so hard when you're, let's say, between 20 and 30, when you want to do a lot of things and you're young, and you get a lot of no's, and with those no's and being constantly rejected and being the talking hand is listening. So I have being rejected a lot of times, and I know what it is. I know how hard it is, and I know, but I think it's unbecoming. I know how I should put it, to try to get sympathy from other people, because it's a low hanging fruit. I find it the low hanging fruit. Now you're the writing hand. Yeah, have fun there. So I don't know. I would like not to see people trying to use this as a way to get more views, to get more likes, to get more. And I have, in a way, I have seen it used that way, and yeah, I don't like that. I just don't like it. Again, I know what it is. I have been through it, and um, it's not easy, and I know it's not easy. And yeah, we are here in Eastern Europe. We are used to just go through it. Our grandparents didn't have, because yeah, our grandparents went through went through communism, through collectivization, and I don't know if you know what that is. And they just did not. They suffered so much that they just didn't have time to go through to have mental health. They had to work so hard to build a living. So uh, we are used to yeah, just go through it and try to you will be a better person, you will be a harsher person after it. Just go through it and work it out. We are like this. We don't like to cry a lot. And yeah, even in my childhood, kids or boys were raised to be men and not cry a lot about it, and not try to get attention with it, and not try to um, yeah, to get attention through this, or through any other way. We were taught to do our jobs, to do it good, to be good at what we do, and do it the best we can, and expect no thank yous. Uh, let's say it's a different culture. Maybe we're different, but in a way. But I still don't like the way it is used sometimes to get attention and get more views and get more likes and get more. I think if you do board game reviews, do board game reviews. Sure, if you want to, I'm always up for talking. I'm always up for, but um, uh, but if you do board game reviews, do board game reviews, not try to get attention through other things. Or this is the way I see it. I have never talked with yeah, with no one about this in order to get attention for, let's say, Booghy Jacques. I want to get attention for Booghy Jacques um, through the reviews, to the work itself. Or not through, oh, look at me, I am so and so. No. Okay, and now I want to go to another thing. Uh, I don't see any, so I have to fill up my hour because there are no questions. Probably it's easy to take advantage of people. Yeah, probably. I have to fill up my hour, and let's see. Oh, I'm close to that. I'm closing to that, because yeah, if I get more questions, I'll probably ask them. But there are no questions, so I'll go to another subject I wanted to talk about. I have been doing this channel. I have started doing it in English almost no, it's almost, I think it's 8-9 months ago. In May, the first stream was, I think, when I started doing them specifically in English, I think it was in May last year or June last year. So it's been 6, 7, 8 months, something like that. I have never bought views. I thought you could do it, but I never knew. Certainly you can do it. I don't buy viewers, I don't buy views. I do nothing that type, because I think I believe in growing organically, and I believe in doing things a certain way. It's the way I was brought up as a child, and it is the way I have matured, and I think the way it should be. It's the way you should do things. I find that it's in the longer run, it's a healthier construction. It takes longer, it's harder, without cheating, and I do not like that saying, don't ask me how I did my first million. I do not like it. I think it's you practically admit you are a cheater. So what do I want to talk about? Let's go back here. So I was looking at this article. I never knew exactly how. So we were talking on my Discord server, and somebody sent me this, and it says best sites to buy YouTube views. I'm not going to make talk about this whichever sites are these. I'm not interested in these, but I was looking, and the cost is, it says around $6.99, somewhere over there, $7 for 1,000 views, and offering up to 100,000 views at just $375. It's with of course it's 99, it's 0.99. So you could buy 100,000 views at just $375, and this is the cost you will find for all of these from top to bottom. There are different places where you can buy views, and the price is around $370. And started thinking, so I have seen lots of channels going from zero to hero fast, and I'm thinking, are they? I look at what they do. I do not think they're that good, but maybe they are. Maybe don't get me wrong. I'm just yeah. I don't understand it. Let's say it's a me problem, but you can do this. And I was looking, and it says, why buy YouTube views? And it says, buying YouTube views is undoubtedly the best way to start off social media campaigns. Most often, people look at number of views before proceeding to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Seeing others liking the video encourages users to watch and subscribe. Hence, gaining followers also depends on the number of YouTube views. Moreover, the high number of views helps the videos rank highly on YouTube as well as other search engines such as Google. So, let's say, and then I come to a discussion which I have with a big publisher through its PR marketing, and I was showing them what I'm doing, and she was looking at views. So I went there as honest as I could go, without cheating, and I've said I want a copy of this game because I'm a heavy gamer, I like a heavy game, and so on and so forth. I would not say which is which is the company, of course. And she looks at views and says, I'm looking at that, and I'm trying to say, well, look, I'm building, it's a new channel. I started in the summer, doing things in English, and yeah, it's a competitive market, of course, and it's also I'm trying to do things in a certain way. Look what I'm doing. The only thing she was interested was views. So if I would have bought some views and went there, I would have gotten the game, because the only thing and there are lots of companies who do this. So we incentivize people to cheat. or most companies incentivize people to cheat by views. I spend, let's say I have a budget to start something, and I spend a whole lot of money to I let's say I even do things a good way, mediocre way, doesn't matter. But I get from the beginning a huge number of views. Then, if I do at least a mediocre job or a decent job, things will start rolling. So, in a way, we should, and I think this is a legitimate question for everyone who should start a new channel in the board game industry. Are we incentivized to cheat? To create fake, because she wouldn't have even looked at the number of at anything else, at what games I was covering. The only thing was interested, she doesn't matter, was the number of views. And this is the same way, I know for certain, because it was impossible to talk with other companies, or they haven't answered mails and things like that. So in the end, I'm just putting out this question. And I will move this to Instagram immediately. So are we incentivized to cheat? I'm not interested in doing that. But for you say it is a marketing strategy, although dishonest, unfortunately it is not illegal. Well, a certain company will give a certain game, because what do? It is, in a way, I find it illegal. Why? Because you can build fake number of views, and you can, if you do, you can even do a decent job. But you say, look, I have a certain number. They look, yeah, you have certain number of views. You have, probably you can also buy subscribers. I need to look through that also. And you buy certain number, and then you start rolling it. But maybe if you have enough views, you have enough subscribers, you could start asking money and getting some of that money back, which you can reuse to buy some more views. Of course, there is that question. Will that channel be successful? I don't know. Maybe, might be at some point. Yeah, it's the same. Don't ask me how I did my first million. I cheated, but yeah, well. So we have nothing in this society, and I think it goes broader than just a YouTube channel, to the society itself. We accept cheaters. Well, they're successful now. Who cares how he did his first million? Because now, I don't know, he helps the poor or whatever. So, yeah. I think it's a question to be asked. If views are all that matter, and most companies are like this. For me, at least for me, it's pretty hard to make to talk to publishers with my low number of views, which are hard earned, and I'm thankful for. Don't get me wrong. I want to thank everyone, every and each one of the people who comes and watches and comments and gives it a like and gives it a share or a subscribe. I'm doing this because I love doing this, and this is the main thing why I have survived for so long without making money out of it. I've been doing it since 2018 in Romania, late 2017. So in Romanian, and I started doing it in English also. So I'm doing it for the love of the game, for love of doing playthroughs and the small interactions which I have with people. And yeah, and I will keep doing it this way. But I'm raising this question to every publisher who will ever watch. And I ever talked to, and the only thing which they can talk and say to me is, I don't have enough followers and views. Are you sure that's all you want? Be certain of that, because yeah. And now let's go to Instagram. Ooh, what do we have here? 4 best sites to buy Instagram followers in 2023. I won't, of course, I will not. Let's see if it has a conclusion on this one. And it says, Instagram growth doesn't have to be complicated. People may think that you are wasting money if you buy Instagram followers. The truth is that having a large social media following helps businesses in all industries, which is why buying Instagram followers is worth the expense. By spending some money on followers, you have the follower count to rival most influencers in your area. Then you will have an Instagram account that is appealing for other people to follow when they come across your posts. So, I have been at the Instagram thing for, I don't know, 1 year or so. I could have posted more regularly. I try to post regularly now and post reviews. I would call them overviews. I think it's hard to do truly a review on Instagram. And I don't. There are different games how you can grow on Instagram, which I believe there are also fake. I will follow you. You'll follow me. I'll follow, and then I have seen people going from 0 to 1,000 followers in little to no time. And I did not think their content was that good to grow from 0 to 1,000 in little or to no time. And again, you will get, there are some people who do some good work on Instagram, but there are lots who are just quote unquote influencers. So maybe this is a more, I think it's a good discussion for the industry as a whole. The whole industry made the game as a one-time use product. Made games as a one-time use product. Buy it, play it once, get the new one. Buy it, play it once, get the new one. Buy it, play it once, get the new one. I don't agree with this. I think, and that's why I do the things the way I do. It's good to have newer games. It's good to have things evolving. But there are not out of the thousands of games that come out every year, I don't think there are more than 10, 20, maybe 20 great, very good, very, very good, awesome games. We are in a good place with the industry in a way, because you get good games. The industry started to get to a level where it's professionalized, because you have playtesting groups, you have playtesting happens a lot. You have good games coming out. You don't have bad games, but do we need all the games? And that's a good question. Do all games that come out, are they that good that you need to throw all the others? They're getting more expensive, and because of having lots of games, also this industry, the parallel industry of board games reviewers and influencers, is also has also grown. I remember the days of 2014, 15, when I was uh, looking on internet to find certain reviews or certain playthroughs. It was impossible to get. And after, I don't know, 2016, everything started to slowly boom. So also here, that everything is tied together, and I think I'm trying to get to the fact that I don't know, trying to be truthful and honest. I go also back to the discussion with that discussion at Essen, when that the PR director of marketing said people are not interested in deep, thoughtful reviews and playthroughs and so on. I do think that most of the people probably are not, but there is a good contingent of people who don't treat games as publishers started to, as a one-time play it and throw it away, or put it somewhere to gather dust. And well, that's where I'm trying to get in the end. And I'm trying not to agree with her, but the way I see it, you can buy views, you can buy followers. So is it worth it to try to be truthful when in the end you get the boot so many times? I don't know. I have studied, let me tell you, I have studied and I think I could write at least a master's thesis on it. I have studied the coming of the communist regime in Romania from after the 23rd of August of 1944. And I can tell you that there are humans in this world, and Nazis were the same in a way. What the Soviets did was even worse than the Nazis did, if you can believe that. There were humans which have slept without having any issues with any issues, any conscience. They have slept so well after they have killed other humans. So what you say with truthful and honest, make a clearer conscience, I for one, after studying it for the last 3 years, because I'm trying to write a script which is in that period, a feature film script which is in that period, and I needed to study it close. I for one do not believe it anymore. As probably the people who have studied Holocausts and things like that. So not in this world which is created right now, which is It doesn't matter how you get ahead, as long as you get ahead. I don't know if truthful and honest makes for a clearer conscience. I'm not certain of that. In a world where the one who screams louder also gets in front, I don't know. I have seen people eating games, spitting games out. What have I also seen? Screaming. I've seen a lot of these. I'm not a fan of them. I'm just not. It's not me. Um, if you, I have no problem with. I'm not interested in it. But is this? This is the world we have created. Because in the way it had no opposition. Yep. So I have tried to fill my hour. I think I have passed my hour. But I hope I've made up some interesting thoughts. I do hope that. And I don't know, probably spark some discussions on later Q&As, because I can talk about a lot of things. I was always interested in knowing, and I have always, as I do my playthroughs, this is the way I try to live my life. To be as deep as I can on every certain subject that I'm interested in. So yeah, if someone comes by and wants to talk about certain things, and I can talk about certain things, I will, because it's fun. It's fun to exchange ideas. It's fun to talk to people, and it's fun to have. And this is what I have enjoyed the most from the interviews I have done, is finding so many perspectives, so many backgrounds, so many different backgrounds, and seeing how people grew up and how people found gaming and how people went from different backgrounds to converged to the same thing. This is, yeah, it's the most fun for me. Of course, you would need to. Everything should be debated with an open mind, and this is very important. I think in every part of the world, people should understand that we grew up differently. Us in the Eastern Europe grew up in a certain way. In the South America, in a certain way. In the US, in a certain way. Africa, and we have different perspectives. There is an interview which I've seen a long time ago, a while ago, for Fences, I think, where Denzel Washington. I'm a film director, so yeah, I watch films from time to time. And Denzel Washington was talking in that interview about if that film could have been done by a white director. And he said, yeah, of course it could have been done. But it's a difference of culture. I understand what certain things, brought up, growing up in a black family means. And yeah, I also, I know what it is to grow up in we have different in culture, and we have to understand that and to have an open mind about it. The world doesn't begin in the let's say, if we look at it at the west side of the Pacific and ends at the at the east side, no, east side of the Pacific and west and ends at the west side of the Atlantic, and starts from, I don't know, Canada and ends in Mexico. The world is far bigger than that. And yeah, different cultures and different ways, points of views, and we all should be able to manage a way to communicate, because I think communication is so hard to do these days. Today is just, I just want to impose my opinion. This is what I think. And you are not allowed to do that because you are not like me. That's a whole other subject, which we can talk about if, I don't know, somebody comes and wants to talk about that. So very fast, this month is going to be, it's already started. We did an interview, that we have this Q&A, which is for last month practically. There's going to be also on the Romanian channel for sure. I will do also the Q&A in Romanian for the Romanian channel, for the Romanian audience. It's going to be, because I had a vacation and I had to postpone a few reviews. I will do Viscounts this month with both expansions. There will be more to come. So if there are new subscribers, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy what you see here, and you can always come by and talk. Mr. Radu, I want to thank you for coming here again and helping me get through this. It's fun to have you here and help me not go all alone. Everyone who comes, and just say hi and then can go. It's just nice. I can say hi back. And I'm gonna thank you for coming and saying hi. It's just, yeah, we could communicate again. If you don't like it, you can all say, oh, you're allowed to say I do not like it. It's important to be allowed to say what you think. I grew up in a communist country where you were not allowed to say what you think. So I have, and by studying what I have studied for a long time, I know what it, I know, no, I don't know. As far as empathy takes me, I have tried to know how it felt to not be allowed to say what you think from 1940, let's call it 48, 50, not 48 till, let's put it 46 after the elections, till 1989, and maybe a little bit afterwards. So yeah, let's finish this. Thank you, Radu, for coming. I want to thank everyone who came and watched as much as they did live, and for, I don't know, listening to my rambles. Until next time, which is going to be at the end of this month or probably the beginning of the next month, I have to say what it says here, and I'll say it again after all streams. Play a lot, play loads, have fun, and as always, until next time, bye bye, fam folks, wherever in the world you are.